Do we do this? Okay, we need to do a spoiler for all SJM books at the top.
Spoiler for approximately 2,000 pages of books that we will not be covering.
Well more than 2,000 pages.
Should we just say spoiler for Crescent City series and this series, or just all?
I think spoilers for most things in life. Welcome back to Faywatch.
Wow, I'm welcomed.
Wasn't that such a good welcome?
Wow, you did so good.
I feel so welcomed.
Do you?
It's another season.
It is.
It's a new season, and this the new year.
And we are being chaotic as fuck, as one should.
Yeah, we're really chaotic. We're starting the new year off a little kooky.
A little crazy, a little kinky. I don't know.
Ooh.
Wow.
I am so excited that we are covering this book. So if you have not followed along on our chaotic social media journey, we are covering A Court of Silver Flames, aka the sixth book in ACOTAR. So just no spoilers abound for basically everything. And it's going to be really fun. And okay, but here's the thing. So we're covering Silver Flames for you, the listeners. This is a service. We're martyrs, basically, if you think about it.
Like Jesus.
Because we want to make sure that when you pick up CC3, you have all the information at your fingertips. You know, like, where everybody was before we meet them again. And also, I just fucking love this book, and I'm so excited to talk about it.
Same. And Boy Boss hath not read it.
Well, I'm now reading it, but
well, yes, I would hope so.
I haven't not read it.
So have you finished yet?
No, because I want it to be like fun.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, we're going to have to get your predictions.
Okay. Yeah, totally. I already have one. Maybe we'll get to it.
Which is like, people bang.
Okay.
It's a little more specific than that, but like not that much more specific than that.
Okay, fun.
Okay, we're going to get to it later? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Or should we get to it now?
I think Cassian, Az, and Nesta are going to have a threesome.
Fascinating.
We can neither confirm nor deny.
No, we simply cannot. I do have to say, though, also, like, we're going to have so much fun, and we're going to make fun of things, and it's going to be silly, and, like, all of this, but I get, like, really emotional reading this book, and I just want to be honest. I know this is, like, a vulnerable, safe space or whatever.
Yeah, get vulnerable, girl.
Okay, never mind. I know that it's not a safe space,
Excuse me?
but I'm going to say anyway.
Well,
this book makes me really emotional.
Aw.
You're an Nesta.
I know.
She is an Nesta.
Is that what we're getting?
We're getting that.
I guess we'll be exploring. We're going to be unpacking.
We're going to be unpacking. We're going to be, making a lot of CrossFit jokes. I'm so sorry in advance.
Yeah.
I hate myself too.
Yeah.
I think Will's kind of a Nesta.
No.
Well, that's maybe what Nesta would say.
No. I don't.
Is nobody going to say if I'm a Nesta?
You're not a Nesta.
Why not?
Am I not?
Well, I mean, that's okay.
No, I think
Am I not?
yeah,
Am I not?
I think you're nicer.
You're more and more.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I totally see that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't think that.
Only just picked up that Moore was blonde.
Your golden locks.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, Rach is going to sort of take us into this little world. But first, or as part of that, Rach, I don't even know if you're planning on doing this, but could you remember the boy bosses among us who read whatever the name of the book that comes before this was too long ago to remember? Just like a kind of, like, why are our people where they are, Like, what happened?
Ooh.
In brief.
Okay.
Not to put you on a spot, but to put you on the spot.
Okay.
And it has to be funny. You have to be funny, too.
Here's the thing. There was a war.
There was a war.
I remember that. There's like a bad Irish king, basically.
Irish?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's like the map,
the map
is like...
Yeah, the map of like Prythian, like Prythian's England or something.
Yeah.
Prythian's the UK. No. It's England.
It's like England, Scotland,
it's
and
that
Wales.
landmass. Britain.
Gotcha.
Britain.
Sorry, nobody take away my credentials.
Wow, hot. So, like, the Night Court is basically, like, Scotland.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel very Scottish, but yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Anyway, there was a war. Nobody important died.
There was a war. Nobody died.
Okay.
Nobody died in the whole war.
Sorry. Small asterisk, because like Nesta seems to care about one person.
I know, but it's like, ugh.
Get over it. Everybody's dad dies at some point.
Oh, her dad died. Yeah. And their dad was kind of bad.
I'm like, right.
Question
Even
mark?
if the dads don't die,
then he
you
was
have
good.
the trauma. So it's like, you're going to have the trauma either way. Now you don't have to worry about him. Sorry. Is that rude?
Yeah. See, this is why we need a recap. This is why we need a recap, boy boss.
Yeah.
Though. Okay. Their dad was like useless, blah, blah, blah. You know, he lost his fortune. He was like being bummed in their wee little cabin. And then
And they like got beat up.
Right. He got beat up by his creditors and didn't do much. Probably he was just really depressed. Poor dad.
Do you think our creditors are going to come after us and beat us up?
I mean, maybe. We'll see. Time
I dare
will tell.
them.
But, you know, he was just like away for a while, traveling, going to like various conferences on the continent or whatever.
Like all of books 2 and 3 or something.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, he's still gone. He's not here. And then at the very end of the war and the battle, they're about to lose. Team Feyre, etc., are about to lose. And then who shows up but Daddy with the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. But actually the Feyre, the Nesta, and the Elaine.
Oh my god.
ships.
Ew, I forgot he did that.
And he saves
hate it.
them. He saves them. And then he's
I'd rather everybody
with
died.
Nesta. Yeah, and then he's with Nesta and Cassian and the King of Hybern, and then the King of Hybern snaps his neck.
Oh no.
And kills.
Okay.
Which is relevant to this.
Yeah,
book.
the snapping of a
You'll
neck
discover.
will come up.
So Nesta seems to be slightly out of sorts, although we don't initially. Well, actually, it is kind of obvious initially that she's out of sorts about it. But, you know, we explore that, shall we say.
Okay.
And there's something
that
weird,
makes
too,
sense.
about how the cauldron somehow, like, kidnaps Elaine.
Oh, yeah.
And so
oh,
then
yeah.
they have
The
to, like,
cauldron
rescue
kidnaps
Elaine.
I'm picturing, like, it's so funny to like, I'm picturing the cauldron, like, scooting around and, like.
It's like one of those, like, early Disney animated movies.
No, I was going to say, we'll get to it.
Like Fantasia or whatever. What's that called?
Oh, I was thinking there's a lot here that's very, like, Tale as Old as Time, and we'll discuss that. But
Is that with the dinosaurs?
Oh, no, sorry, Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as... You get it. Come on.
No, you're thinking of Land Before Time.
Also great.
Not
anyway,
that.
but that's what I picture too. The cauldron being like tap 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 on the floor.
Yeah.
Then,
like the dancing sequence.
It's a big old cauldron because it was big enough to fit the girls.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So the cauldron,
It's like a bath.
they like. We don't need obviously to recap the entire series before this, but just the last little thing I think that would help me is the bad Irish king put the sisters into the cauldron to make them more power. Like why did he do that?
Test it out
to see if it works.
To test it out because the mortal queens wanted to do it, and we do meet this Brialyn that we're talking about in the book. She's one of the queens, and she wanted to be turned Fae, but the cauldron was pissed because Nesta already got dunked and like took the cauldron's power. But so when they put the mortal queen in, they made her immortal. But she's an old crone.
The cauldron stole her youth.
The worst fate that could befall a female.
Which literally is like the
be a
entire
crone.
purpose of this book is that like this bitch is pissed that because Nesta stole the cauldron's power, the cauldron made her ugly and old, and now she has to like do this whole thing and like put the entire world at risk because she wants to be hot and young again.
Okay, great. Okay, that feels like a fantastic sort of summation of where we were before.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I would give it a B-, if that. But we did what we could. You didn't tell me ahead of time that you wanted this.
Right.
I was just thinking about our sweet girlies who listen to this podcast without reading any of the books. Like, all I have to say to you, friends, is Godspeed and good luck. Like,
right. On this one, that is going to be a little tough for you, but it'll be fine.
It'll be great.
Nesta's on her side quest, and quite frankly, listen, are some people on this podcast going to be invested in like whatever is actually going on with all the queens and the kings and the thises and the that's? Yeah, some of us.
Are we sure?
But not me.
No. I know it's usually me.
You know what?
I know it's usually me, but I just want to be clear.
Yeah, it's you. And for those of us who don't care as much, we care. We don't care as much. There'll be plenty have more important things.
Yes.
Yeah, because just to be clear, this book has the highest number of sex scenes of like any of SJM's books.
Let's fire up the old cauldron. Let's get it bubbling. Okay, open curtains. Act 1, Scene 1, Part 1. Cassie Baby, Cassian, one of the Illyrian bad
Cassie
boys.
Baby, perfect nickname. Let's roll with it.
Cassie Baby, he's a general. He's Rhysand's general. Hot as the day is long. In fact, hotter than that, okay? We have him knocking on our sweet Nesta's door. Now, Nesta has an apartment in Valaris. She's not living with her sister because things are a little fraught.
On the estate.
Things are a little fraught.
She's not on the estate.
Or in the townhouse, or in the palace.
Right. She's in neither of the three homes.
She should have taken the townhouse.
Agreed.
Duh. But she's not on that journey. And so she's in her little shitty apartment.
Because she's still probably like 23 or something.
She's 25,
right?
actually.
25, yeah. Okay.
All of these girlies are so young. It's hilarious. Farrah's 21.
We will get there. We will discuss that.
We will be getting there. Okay. Nesta's on a journey of sorts. She's feeling some type of way. She's coping. Listen, it's not a crime.
No,
it's not a crime.
It's not a crime.
She chooses the coping mechanisms that many among her have chosen. Right?
Yes.
The drinking. The sex with random guys.
She's drinking.
Like,
she's fucking. Yep.
Don't cast
and
the
it's
first
not a
stone
crime.
Or, whatever.
Precise.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what Jesus said. And so, listen, Cassian shows up at her door, knock, knock. Nessie comes to the door. Old Nessie, she's been fucking. She's been fucking. And Cassian can tell. He can smell it. He can hear the guy in there who's, like, freaking out. Anyways, so Cassian's like, listen, babe, get cleaned up. Your sister wants to see you. We're having an intervention.
Yeah.
So let's go. Nessie isn't happy about this, but, the whole squad's there. Her sisters, Rhysand, the Bat Boys, Amryn,
yeah.
I don't know, the whole crew, and they're like, listen, you got to stop. You've been running up the bar tab. You've been gambling.
Yeah, she spent like some crazy amount of money the night before.
Good on you. I don't know.
Right, like again,
putting it on Rhys's tab.
It's like he's so rich.
Why have money if not spend money? Like, maybe I don't understand because I don't have money, but why have money if not spend money?
Yeah, she's returning the money to the people of the city,
True.
That's true.
Wow, what is Rhys against investing in small businesses?
Yeah, economic stimulus program. Right. So
exactly, and she's being like a woman of the people. Mm-hmm. She's out seeing everybody. It's great, but they're haters, and they're like, this can't go on. Mind you, all of these fucking people,
I was gonna
most of them have had like their little like 10-year, 100-year like brooding periods.
Like
they've had their raging periods.
Yeah, like there's one thing where they were like, like I remember, or Cassian's like, I remember when me and Rhys and what's the other one, Azriel. We're like, sleeping anyone that would come talk to us, often in the same, sleeping with anyone that would talk to us, often in the same room. And it's like, first of all, tapes. Second of all,
need the tapes.
Second of all, like, okay, so it's been a mere year in her now immortal lifespan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, let her do this for like 10 years and then let's talk.
Yeah, then let's talk.
But they're drawing a line in the sand. And they're such assholes.
I know.
They're such assholes.
Here are your options. Okay? Here are your options. Either go to the human lands where they want to kill Faye, so you won't be able to leave the house, or go to the House of Wind,
aka our giant fancy palace.
Yeah, we have no choice.
Stunning views of the Scottish Highlands.
Yeah, we have no choice but to send you to the House of Wind, and the only person who can train you is Cassian, the guy that you like maybe want to fuck or like maybe you're in love with, like TBD.
Right. Like we've hired the general of the Illyrian forces to be your own personal trainer every morning. Like basically.
Right.
Yeah. Like there's literally nobody else who can do this. Okay. We have to make you guys live together in a beautiful house.
And then also, by the way, the rest of your days will be spent in the library.
It is a dream existence for me.
Same.
This would be like all I need from life.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Yeah.
And I would be so much money too. Like you know, like for like a fancy gym membership, like
a big
that
library.
much space, like
she's
library.
not cooking or doing dishes.
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
She's not.
A house that becomes your friend.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
But they are such assholes, and they made her come to their like beautiful, lush, new, chic villa with like all these like plants and wood furniture, and it's just like they're like, Farrah's like, yeah, like I built you a home in my house and like asked you to decorate it, and you weren't interested in doing it, and she's like, yeah, obviously, like what?
Yeah,
what sister wants to go see their sister's like really rich husband's house?
And she's like, but I painted you a guest room, like in yeah. No, I feel like the whole thing here, we'll come back to this, but it's like, okay, they all went on their special journeys, and they're like, and I feel like she's like, I don't care that you guys all went on your special journeys. Like, stop trying to like involve yourself in mine, you know?
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, I mean, Elaine still has a partial special journey, but she's like being less weird.
Yeah.
She's gardening.
So
She's finding healing through gardening.
Nesta observes, I forget, at some point that she's filled out, and she's like, but she still doesn't have as big tits as I do. And then she looks down at her tits. Queen.
Queen.
But yeah, Elaine has filled out. Still perfectly skinny in the stomach, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, also though, isn't Elaine not even there at the intervention because she's off packing her things in the apartment? Like, this was the thing that pissed me off the most. Fine, send her off to like boarding school at the mansion for a little bit, but don't take her apartment away from her. Like, let her keep her shitty apartment and have one feeling
no, didn't
of
they,
like...
they like burned it down. They like demolished it or something.
Like the entire apartment building.
Yeah, but but then they're building like an orphanage or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. They did something that it's like hard to complain about.
Yeah, they're building like...
Yeah, but isn't that classic? Farrah's like,
yeah,
we're building an orphanage. Is this going to be a Farrah hate podcast?
I think it's just justice for Nesta.
Yeah. Justice for Nesta. I guess this is like this is sounding like it's going to be a firmly like pretty pro Nesta.
Pretty pro Nesta.
I know. I thought I was going to be the only one.
She's very divisive.
I thought I was going to have to like stand my
Nesta's,
ground.
If anything, I want her to be more negative, frankly.
Wow.
She's like she still suffers from the same, I guess maybe this is what all heroes do in books, but she's like, you know, I didn't save enough of the 1,000 Delirian warriors, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, can we just have one who doesn't care? Who's like, yeah, I don't know, that wasn't my fault. Like, it just wasn't my fault. Sorry.
I did what I could.
Yeah. Like, I saved the world. Sorry.
Doing my best.
Was I supposed to do more?
Yeah.
Anyways, off they go to the House of Wind, which, if you're curious, if you don't know, is like a gorgeous like palace that's like built into the top of a mountain that overlooks the city of Valaris.
Like giant window, not even windows. It's just like open air that's like spelled to be like windows, so you get like the full view, but it's like always nice and warm.
Wow.
Cozy.
So cozy.
So she's off.
Oh, wait, I have one question.
Yes.
Can you, like, quick recap of Amryn and, like, what the deal is? Or is it, like, we just don't really know what the deal is?
I honestly don't think
we
know. Because they were kind of getting closer because they're both kind of, like, dark bitches, which we like. So, like, they were becoming friends. But then, like, something happened around the solstice or some yacht party or something, and
oh yeah, they go on literally they're just like in grad school and they go on like the like annual river cruise or some shit.
Yes.
And they get into a little fight. That's honestly so relatable.
Yeah. And so they aren't really talking anymore.
No, but like what happened? Wasn't she one thing and then something happened and then she became another thing?
Oh, Amryn?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Amryn is essentially a creature that she's not fae. She's a creature that's like 15,000 years old or something. We don't know what she is.
Yeah. But now she sort of is high fae because she was like unleashed.
Right. I thought in the battle
In the war.
something
Good
happened.
point.
And then she...
Yeah. But then she came back.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And now she kind of is high fae and maybe doesn't drink blood anymore. Who can say?
Okay, we don't
Who can
really
say?
know.
Oh, we
That's
don't really
fine.
know. Yeah, good point.
But Amarin's, Amaring.
Okay, so we're
all the
up
time.
in the castle. That's 10,000 steps,
Cozy.
importantly. We hear that a million fucking times.
Yeah. The only way to get in is either to walk up 10,000 steps or you can't winnow in. So you either have to fly in or you have to winnow up into the air and then have like someone with wings like fly you in.
Yeah, or drop like
So-
30 feet or something.
Right. So she's kind of stuck there
Yeah.
until they're like Farah's like, yeah. Or like, I don't know who it was, Farah or Amarin or whoever. They're like, yeah, well, you can leave anytime you want. You just have to walk down 10,000 steps. So it's like, thanks. Anywho, so they go up, they get situated. Nesta goes to bed in her new little bedroom.
Granted, it's like 11 a.m. or something.
Yeah, and then she just sleeps
Yeah.
all day, which again,
A relatable queen.
listen, Cassian goes and meets Moore at like a beautiful outdoor cafe in Valaris.
I loved this.
Yeah, and they catch up on certain geopolitical goings on.
Right, as one does.
Now, if I had to summarize it briefly, I would say so Moore's been in Valahan.
Mm-hmm.
Valahan is,
Like Scandinavia, Fae.
are they Fae? Are they human?
If you're listening right now, I just want to say all of our faces are just faces of confusion. We don't know. It exists.
I think they're Fae.
Yeah,
I think they're
I'm
Fae.
sorry, okay?
No, they
think
are
they're
Fae,
Fae.
but like, is it in the human lands? Is it just
Okay.
a different continent? We don't know. We're not, and
It's
I'm
a
not
different.
asking.
The
and I'm
wall
not
goes.
Googling.
Okay, well, I
Right.
actually
Don't ask, don't tell.
I am telling because I did ask and I looked at the fucking map and there's like
Wow.
a wall very far south of it. So like they're definitely Fae.
Okay. She was in Valahan doing things.
Treaty.
You just made it sound like she was doing bits, like she was there fucking stuff.
If only. Maybe she was.
Actually,
Gotta
we don't
find
know.
more about-
We never find out.
Yeah,
A girl
like,
can
we
dream.
also need those tapes. She was trying to get them to sign the treaty, but they're like, no, because the human queens are gathering again. Maybe they'll do something else with somebody
that
else.
like
and they
death lord who's like trapped at the lake or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coast J.
We sound like we're on acid.
I'm sorry. The human queens, basically, there's trouble a brewing with some of these human queens.
Listen, what's a fantasy novel without an upcoming war? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
One must always have an
It's
upcoming
like,
war.
It's like, oh yeah, we thought war was going to be over, but now it turns out there's like maybe going to be
There's
another
more.
vibes.
What? Okay. There are illusions, and I have a vague memory of what is the like as Cassian more romantic situation.
Wow, you
Oh my
really
God,
need
Will.
a fucking
Okay, TLDR.
remedial-
I am just speaking on behalf of our. Obviously, I know. I'm just looking out for
Right.
Of
who.
course.
What's his name? Steven, Eric, whoever asked about the Mind
Kevin.
Bridge. Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
And Queen Christine.
And Queen Christine.
Okay, TLDR. This is Reese's Inner Circle. More Cassian as all besties. More fucked Cassian when she was like really young to get out of having to marry someone by like ruining her own like virginity or whatever. A classic tale.
Lost the wheel, Maidenhead.
But she didn't tell him that. She just like made him think that she wanted to fuck him. But
Okay.
actually, spoiler alert, Moore is gay as hell. But we haven't
do you
gotten
know that?
anything good.
Yeah.
There. We haven't gotten anything. She's just been
We
like
do.
closeted for 500 years. So mad about it.
Yeah. She's been stringing Asriel along for like 4 centuries.
Okay, wait, how do we know that? Does Azrael know that she's gay?
No.
he doesn't. But she came out to Farah in book 3, I think.
Oh my god.
I'm like, you could have saved as like 300 years of pining.
It's so fucked up.
Anyway, so that's their whole
So
deal.
that's-
Okay.
yeah.
Fine.
So they're
Yeah.
besties with a little bit of
And
tension.
she was supposed to marry Eris, who we will meet in this book.
Oh yeah.
And And so there's all this malarkey, and Eris is Lucian's brother.
Yeah, and he's bad.
Autumn Court.
He's bad.
Or is he?
Or is he?
Because they think he's really bad because, like, the Autumn Court guys, like, fucked more up and, like, did bad things. I don't even want to say it.
They beat her up pretty badly.
So Eris bad, but is he? We will.
And to be clear, Eris didn't do it, but he found her and left her there. And there's just like a lot of weird insinuations throughout this whole book about like why he did that or what he actually did, and like does Moore know the truth, blah blah blah. But like we don't know,
right?
And so it's very unclear to us. And Cassian is like about to fucking murder him anytime he sees him.
I see. Yeah, but he presents as like bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like TBD.
Yeah, sure. No, we've seen that before.
Anyways,
now that we've caught you up on approximately 2,000 years of history,
I know.
yeah. No, doing the 5th book in a series was like a really cool.
No, I think it was great. I think having you do the first episode was even better.
Perfect. Glad to serve. Okay. Next morning, Cassian's like, "Eat your Wheaties, babe. We're training. You need your complex carbs. You got to get that." And Nessa's like, "No, I'm not eating. No." And he's like, "Not eating isn't going to bring your dead dad back." And it's like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, therapy boot camp with Cassian's going really well. I'm glad they sent the Himbo."
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I'm not sure that the Himbo is up to, like, the complex, like, trauma processing therapy that this girl needs.
I just love on day 1, morning 1, you know, you're not going to bring your dead dad back by not eating. It's like,
and this is what happens when you go through your special journey like 400 years ago. You're kind of like, you know, TikTok, when is everybody going to go through theirs?
I was going to say, I would think immortality would sort of imbue you with some patience and sense of pacing.
Right.
But
no, apparently not. They go to Windhaven, which is an Illyrian village or whatever, training ground. Now, query why. Because as we discover later, they do have a training ring.
Yeah, they have a private training ring.
Yeah, but like, why not like have someone have to come here and winnow them every day to Windhaven to train? But anyways,
maybe it's supposed to be part of the punishment because it's colder there. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Yes. Not a lot of sense being made, but
especially because the Illyrians are like such dicks about women.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, they go and the guy there, the Illyrian there, is a fucking dick to Nessa. Is like, "Ew, do you have your period?" Like,
yeah.
Gross. We're gonna have to bury all these weapons if you touch them. Like, gross.
And she's like, "It's fine. I'm not gonna actually touch them because I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything."
So Nessa's just like, "Nope, I'm just gonna sit on a pile of rocks. You can't make me do training."
And that's what we call setting boundaries.
Wow.
Yeah, just say no.
And that kind of humiliates Cassian in front of the Illyrians. And he's like, "Okay." And he's sad.
I know. And then he has to just do his little sword exercises alone.
Yeah, he's like, "Okay, I guess I'll work out."
And then he's like, "It's been 2 years since I got laid."
Yeah. It was like before. Yeah, he hasn't gotten laid since like Reese was still under the mountain, I guess.
I guess they've been busy.
Yeah, but like not that busy.
Yeah.
And like Reese is back now.
I know, but I think he's been pining.
a whole other war.
He's been pining.
Over Nesta?
Yeah.
Once she's done with not training for the morning, she goes and starts her first little shift at the library.
My dream. When I was in
the library's pretty cool.
When I was in elementary school, me and my friends would stay in for recess to like shelve books in the library.
Of course you would.
And I could just shelve books in a library for the rest of my life and I'd be so content.
Yeah. It sounds lovely.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go that far, but
I would do it for a couple hours a day. Like you listen to a podcast, you know, and you're just like,
it's fucking amazing.
Smelling books. It sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, and all of the gals in there are priestesses with their little hooded robes. And they're all priestesses who have been through great trauma.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And this is their like special place where like
sanctuary.
nobody, their sanctuary, and nobody can go there without their permission. and they kind of just like study things in peace away from men.
Which Reese made this sanctuary for them because he's benevolent.
Yeah, which I remember when he annoys the fuck out of me in this book. I'm like, okay, he did do that. I know.
He's going to really try our patience here. Meanwhile, meanwhile, Cassian, again, High Lord coming through with all the bright ideas this book. He said, not only are we going to task you, of all people, with living and training Nesta.
He's really delegating. He's in his delegating game. Reese.
Yeah, he's in his delegation era. Yeah. But he's like, listen, he talks to Cassian. He's like, listen, Azriel's really tied up. He's like really busy. His plate, like he doesn't have a lot of bandwidth right now. So I need you to be like sort of a courtier, a liaison,
a spy diplomat.
I need you to, spy diplomat. I need you to go out.
He's also like, I think this would be like a good growth opportunity for you.
Yeah, he's like, I really want to see you kind of step into this role.
It's classic. Your boss is giving you more work, and they're like, oh. You're so welcome. What a great opportunity.
It's like, I just feel like these immortals, they just find their one thing and then they just do it. Like, they don't need to grow. He doesn't need to grow, you know?
No, he's
like,
already a whole war general. That seems like enough of a job.
That's a lot.
Also, I will say my favorite thing about Cassian is that he, like, knows he's dumb and he feels really bad about it. Like, you know what I mean? He's not getting, like, bigger than his britches. So he's like, wait, I don't think I'm smart enough to, like, handle all these people and their double talk and their...
I know. The whole this whole book, he's like, I'm so stupid.
He's like that whole planet, like orbs that Reese created. Like I can't remember. Like I can't.
My god! Yeah. By the way, we get 10 pages into this book, and there's mention of a fucking orrery.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. There's so much shit like that in this whole book
that you don't really realize at first, and then you go back and or maybe, I don't know, maybe others of you guys do because you're smarter than us, but I did not. And then I went back and reread and was like, oh.
Yeah, okay. Also, this is funny. So Moore winnows Cassian to the human lands where Jurian, Vasa, and Lucian are like having like a little roomie situation.
Yeah, they have a crew. What do they call themselves? Like the Band of Exiles or something?
Oh my god.
They have like a name for their group chat and everything.
Yeah, it's like kind of cute.
It's like,
wait.
Well, it's like Lucian is like, because Lucian recap is Elaine's mate, but Elaine's like, no, I'm not interested. So he's like, oh, this is awkward because I love Elaine, I love my mate, but she doesn't want me, and so he's like roomies with Jurian and Vasa.
And who are they?
And so Jurian was a human who there was like all this drama in another war like 500 years ago that like none of us can remember because we weren't there. But he then was like put into Amarantha's ring as like his eyeball for I don't know, 50 years or 100 years or something.
And then he comes back to life.
And then Hybern like resurrects him or something. And then they thought he was like on Hybern's side and was bad the whole time. But actually he was like a double agent spy, like actually on the good side the whole time. So now they're like tentatively...
Wow, I hope all the double agents get to like meet up and hang out and sort of parse their trauma together, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vasa was one of the human queens, but they betrayed her because she wasn't bad, like they were bad. And so they kind of like sold her to the Death Lord in the lake that we thus previously mentioned.
Post-Che. Yeah.
Okay.
And so she's only human at night. During the day, she's a firebird.
Fox the Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so random, but...
And she's like a redhead. There's a lot of redheads.
I'm either happy for her or sorry for her, whatever's appropriate, you know?
We don't know yet.
I think she's not thrilled. I don't think she's loving her arrangement. Okay. And for some reason, the sorcerer has like let her come and like be roommates with these guys for now. Unclear, but... Anyways, Cassian goes to visit. He like puts his foot in his mouth a bunch. Oh, Eris is there. Lucian's brother. Eris is also there. He's like, what? And Eris is like, yeah, like a bunch of my soldiers went missing. Like, unclear.
Right.
Yeah. And like,
and then they're talking about Brialla and the old crone.
Right. And it's like plot. You know, things are stirring.
Yeah. And is this where we get little like inklings that Tamlin is like mopey and neglecting his duties as whatever king of spring or something?
High Lord
the Spring Court.
Yeah, sorry.
Watch your nomenclature.
He's not. Poor Tamlin's also still going through it.
Yeah.
But like Reese is in touch with him.
I think he's like trying to help him.
Is he?
Which like, oh God, that sounds awful.
But it's like,
like the worst
soon.
person to help
Anybody
you.
else but you, my dude. Yeah. Anyways, so that's like happening. Who can say? And they're like, oh, maybe like, whatever. Just plot shit. Don't care. Anything else?
The High Lord of Autumn, as distinct from Autumn King, who is Eris's dad.
Right.
And Lucien's dad.
Right.
Is maybe going to work with the
human queens. The bad people.
The crone. Mm-hmm.
To do whatever they're going to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about when two Autumn Kings meet. Like,
yeah.
So many redheads that I hope get to meet.
Exactly. We need a little redhead convention. Shout out to all my gingers. Nesta, relatable queen, is like, can I have some wine, please, house? I've been there, girl. I need my Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc on tap. Okay? Will knows.
I do. They haven't sponsored us yet.
I would know.
Yeah, please. Oyster Bay, New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, please reach out. You haven't responded to any of our inquiries yet.
But only, like, not the Chardonnay.
Disgusting. I'd rather die.
Wow, good to know.
I have my boundaries. I have my limits. I have self-respect, and I would rather die than shill a Chardonnay on this podcast. So just be aware of that. Now, Nesta wants wine. The house, which a la Harry Potter, etc., or just magic, the house just like, conjures food for people. It won't give her wine.
No.
Fuck you, first of all, house.
Yeah.
Whose side are you on, house?
Yeah, like I thought you liked Nesta, but you're looking over her best interest. Okay, save it. Anyways. So Nesta's like, fine, I'll go get it myself in Valaris. I'm going to take the 10,000 steps. Now...
She makes it like forced.
She makes it about 80 steps. Now, how many steps do you guys think that you could walk
I've
down?
been thinking about this the entire book because I'm really bad at large numbers. And so I wildly oscillate between 10,000 steps is nothing and 10,000 steps would be my doom and end. But I think it's a lot. No, it's definitely a lot. Because I think about it like I don't even climb the 3 flights of stairs to get to our apartment, really. Because it's too much. And that's got to be like 15 stairs or something. Or like 40 stairs.
Yeah. I mean, if you do like... So the 10K steps, if you do 10K steps, isn't that like 5 miles? Like in your
Yeah, but they're not like steps.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they're down.
It's actually, I think, harder on your joints. But yeah.
Right. So it's like walking 5 miles downstairs. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a hike. But yeah, she almost like fucking falls down all the stairs because she like her knees almost give out. And then she has to like crawl and whatever all the way back up. And then Cassian's up there just
I love that.
Smirking and being smug Tina. Sorry, that's like a thing that we call everything like Christina Aguilera, but we just say like smug Tina, smug Aguilera.
No, I think that's perfect. I think you should do that more.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted in case it wasn't obvious.
I got it. Don't worry. I picked it up.
He's smug Tina, smug Aguilera. Next morning, poor little Nesta like hobbles into breakfast. She's like super sore and like messed up from the stairs, I think. I don't remember, but I think. And he's like teasing her about the stairs last night. And she's like, well, I got back up like by myself. And he said, it doesn't count when you use your hands to do most of the work.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you're bringing this up.
Yeah. And then Nesta schooled her face into utter disdain, even as a hiss rose inside her. I bet that isn't what you've been telling yourself at night. Azriel's shoulders shook with silent laughter.
Oh yeah, Az is like babysitting.
Oh yeah. We forgot to say. They're like, yeah, no. Like, Farah and Reese are like, no, it's fine, because, like, we'll just send Azriel to, like, be the C block. Or,
yeah, he's going to be a hall monitor, like, on the school trip. Yeah. Like, tape the door shut.
All right. Now, I love where Cassian goes next with this, because he says, is that what those smutty books teach you? That it's only at night? By the way, Nesta loves smutty books.
Yeah.
Duh.
Again,
that it's only queen. At night. Relatable queen. And then Azriel's lolling, blah, blah, blah. And Cassian's like, it could be any time. Dawn's first light, or when I'm bathing, or even after a long, hard day of practice. And she didn't miss the slight emphasis he put on long, hard. But, like, I love this.
It's
like,
perfect. He's like, you
but
can't
it's so
shame
funny
me.
because it's like, yeah, but, like, it's like, is this supposed to be like a hot flex that you, like, are constantly jacking off?
I think it is supposed to be that.
Liberated.
No, I know. Just like, oh, you think I only jerk it at night?
Yeah, he's like,
honey,
I wake up with the sun, like, to do, like.
I'm constantly jerking it in the bath, jerking it in the morning, jerking it. It's just like, I don't know if that's like as sick of like an old as like I like, because it's like, dude, like, go fuck someone.
But I think
like,
he knows that she wants to fuck him.
Oh yeah,
and so he's just like fucking with her. But yeah, no, I totally agree. But this is also why I'm like, listen. They say Cassian's the Hunt prototype. I just prefer Cassian.
I mean, we'll get to this.
Yeah.
He has a broader repertoire, I will say.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But like, they both very into masturbating. I forget what else. There's like 10 other similarities, but that's the one that's sticking in my mind.
Himbos,
both dumb.
They're both himbos who love to jerk it constantly.
Wait, okay, are they mates?
Muscle.
Do we know they're mates?
Who?
Oh, we have to read the book, don't we?
Yeah,
no,
shouldn't we like
that's my
talk
question.
about what happens in the book?
I don't know, but like, we know, for instance, that Lucian and Elaine are mates, right? Like, we know that. I just forgot.
For all we know, Nesta and Cassian aren't.
Right, but there hasn't. Okay, that's my question. There hasn't been a souls chiming in a chord.
No, souls have not chimed as one yet. Although I will say, like, definitely their scents have a certain effect on one another. We know that.
Yeah, and also, I mean, during the war, when Cassian was, like, basically dying, and, like, Nesta was like, I want to die. I'm going to die with you. And, like, he was like, my only regret in this life is that we didn't get enough time together. So, do with that what you will.
Maybe they're probably not mates.
Yeah, no, probably not.
I think, just an infatuation.
Yeah, death does weird,
Exactly. So Nesta gets up on her sore little legs and she says, sounds like you have a lot of time on your hands, Cassian, and walks out.
Wow.
I love that this whole thing between them is just like a little game. Like, they're just having fun. They're just having the little mind games, little power dynamics. Just to keep it spicy in the little mansion where, you know, they're having their nice little training days. Gotta keep it fresh.
Exactly. So, but we're still in the phase where Nesta's still not training. She's not training. But anyways, Cassian one day is like, all right, well, I have to like run some errands or whatever. So like you can go run errands too or whatever. I don't really remember why.
Yeah.
But Nesta meets Emery.
And a small businesswoman.
Yes.
She is.
With her independent store.
Exactly. She's a small business owner.
In Windhaven, so she's Illyrian.
She's an Illyrian girly. Sadly and fucked upedly, her family is still engaged in the practice of like cutting her wings off.
Well, they clip
females.
them.
Clip them, yeah.
So she still has wings, but they don't work and they like don't really extend all the way. And so she can't fly.
Yeah, which is fucked up.
Super fucked up.
But she's talking to Ness and she's like, ooh, you're cold in your in your wee little Illyrian leathers, maybe we could get like a Polar Tech lining.
Yeah.
Like a little Arcturix, kind of whatever that is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nessa's like, ooh, but then Nessa's like, oh, JK, I don't have any.
Yeah, I've been cut off.
True relatable queen.
Yep.
Yeah. Which, like, her and Emery have, like, a nice little chat, and Nesta does say, like, oh, yeah, like, I've been cut off. So.
Right.
So it's cute. It's cute. And Emery's like, well, I'll look into it. Let me look into it.
And you're like,
anyways, we'll see.
Could it be that our female hero of the book needs female friends of her own, and we may or may not see friendships budding?
And 2 in 1 chapter, no less.
Oh my God, take us there, Rach. The best.
Take us. I shall.
Sorry, Will, I got to say about female friendship.
No, it's nice because like we went a whole book without.
I know. And like this whole book is basically like whatever that like Spice Girl song is. You know what I mean? It's like all the girlies getting
this
together.
Whole book is the power of female friendship and the power of a humongous fat
C word.
And the power of having both of those two things.
Those are the 2 things in life. Am I right, ladies? But I digress, and we will be circling back to the latter, you know, in due course. Now, let's see. Oh, yeah, we're in the library. Nesta is talking like a crazy person to the house.
Oh, yeah.
And because the house answers her, but no, doesn't really, like, chat with anybody else. But she's, like, chatting to the house because the house is trying to make her have some soup or something.
So cute.
Or she wants soup. She wants soup, but the house gives her soup. And she's like, thanks. And then some priestess is like, who are you talking to?
Are you insane?
Yeah. And it's Gwyn. Cutie patootie Gwyn.
We love Gwyn. Her long copper hair.
We love Gwyn. Copper hair. So she's like a ginger as well.
Yeah, and she's like harried PhD student.
She's always like flitting around the library, like running around, like trying to find a book.
Because like her mean boss is going to yell at her.
Exactly. Yeah. So she meets Gwyn. And they have like a little like sassy.
Yeah, they
like,
hate each other.
But Gwyn's giving it back.
Yeah.
And then they kind of respect each other for it, you know?
Yeah, they're like, oh, okay, girl boss, team girl boss, recognize girl boss. They're like, okay, noted, understood, and that's about it. Now, she's like, I don't know, the next day or whatever, she's in the living room with Cassian and Azriel, and they start arguing about how she's not training, and Cassian's like, everybody hates you, so I mean, I hope you're happy because everybody hates you. And then he's like, oops.
And she's like, I fucking know I hate everyone.
Yeah. So, whoops. But then he finally realizes that all this time she has kept saying to him, I'm not going to train in that miserable village.
Yeah, and he's like, oh.
So he's
and,
like,
you know, for a sweet himbo, it took her saying that like only 8 times or so.
Right.
Also, these boys are so defensive of Rhysand.
Yeah, they're like, don't talk about him that way.
And it's like he is being an asshole.
Yeah.
Like he's I mean, even Cassian's like, oh wow, he's being an asshole, kind of like.
And when Rhys says something about Nesta, Cassian also gets very like, leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you shut the
Which you get the sense that
Yeah.
like he doesn't do that very often to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Beta boy Cassian.
Is that your natural hair color, Dina?
Yeah.
Stunning.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Gorgeous. I mean, with that fucking vintage rugby.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I'm honored. Wow. I appreciate that because you saying that will now help me not spend like money I don't need to spend like putting random colors in it, you know?
Oh yeah. Don't touch that.
Thank you.
That could be you could be an Akatar.
Oh my God.
You could be like a gorgeous maid in Akatar.
Wow.
Not like a maid servant, just like a maiden.
Either way.
Anyways, I digress. Okay. But he finally fucking Himbo figures it out. And he's like, oh, there's a training ring here on property. So we could try that.
Oh, I forgot.
And
we have private tennis courts. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gets her up. He's like, we're going to do it here. She's like, okay. But she's still a little bit like, And so he's like, make you a deal. I owe you a favor if you train for 1 hour. And he's like, but you can't tell me to kill myself. But anything else.
I was a pretty good, like, again, sweet boys with one brain cell, you know?
He's like, it's a low percentage chance, but there's some chance. There's
a non-zero chance.
We just need to be upfront about this part.
Right. He's like, you can't tell me to just fly into the mountain.
Wait, is there something that they like when they make bargains in this world?
Yeah, you get
like
a
magically
tattoo.
Binding. Yeah.
Yeah. And you just can't get out of it.
Yeah, I guess it's like actually super binding and like you have to do it and like the magic of the bargain will like punish you if you don't.
Yeah, but you get a tattoo.
But you get a tattoo.
It's really fun. Yeah, you get a tattoo, but like you don't know where and you don't know what it's going to be.
It's
so
like kind of fun. Yeah,
do you know how many fucking bargains I would do? I would be bargained up the wazoo.
Yeah, how many bargains have you struck?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So they do it and he's like, oh, sick. Like, where's my tattoo? And he's like, oh, he's looking at his arms. He's like, oh, I don't see it. I can't find it. And he's like, I guess I gotta take my shirt off.
Guess I gotta.
And so, yeah, it turns out they have an 8-pointed star and it's on his back.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome,
Is this
Will.
related to any stars we've encountered in episodes past?
Great question.
Listen, we've seen 7-pointed stars. We've seen 6-pointed stars. We've seen 8-pointed stars. People have, like, gloriously well-researched TikTok videos, like, trying to figure out what's what. But I'll be honest, there's a lot of fucking stars and I don't fucking know. But I love them all.
Yeah. We will see. Time will tell.
Okay.
I'm sure. But Nessa doesn't give a shit about the significance of the 8-pointed star because she's just looking at them muscles.
She cares about the significance of his pectorals, you know?
Right.
Yeah, she is like drooling.
Oh, and she's a V girl. She's really into the V.
Oh, she's a basic V. She loves those little V that trail below.
Yep.
The pant line.
Yep.
She's noting them.
And then she's like, oh no, but I'm supposed to be complaining about training with this man that I really want to fucking might be in love with. Oh, so hard.
Yeah, so hard to be Nesta. But she does it, and they just they work on toe strength or whatever.
Yeah.
And like balance and breathing and yeah.
Yeah, like breathing. Everybody allegedly, it's allegedly so good for you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. When we get to the meditation, I'm like, ugh. There's so much like wellness propaganda in this book because it was like, yeah, you need to eat your lean meats and your vegetables and your fruit, and then if you do your meditation, it's like hard, but you feel like really better afterward.
I know.
Like, okay.
Don't get me started when he brings up the lactic acid and
yeah.
Oh no, yeah,
foam rolling.
Lactic acid is the No, that I will say that part of this book is really alienating for me. Not all of us are fitness girlies or wellness girlies. Some of us are unwell, okay?
Okay, but some of us are unwell and have turned to a fitness journey.
No, you are just you're just
on
Nesta.
to some aspect of wellness.
Do drugs like a normal person. I've had enough of it. I'm sick of it.
I know, but I've been on my Nesta journey, and unfortunately, it's all correct, and it's horrible, and I know it's horrible, and I don't want it to be true, but it is true, and it sucks.
I know.
We get it.
Just ask our new friend Fitness Barbie.
Yeah,
I bet
she
Fitness
knows.
Barbie's all over this. Shout out Fitness Barbie. I'm sorry, I don't know your real name, Fitness Barbie.
Anyway, so Nesta is in her CrossFit era.
Yes.
I should just say Fitness Barbie is a listener.
Oh,
not
yes.
just shouting out a random Fitness Barbie. I just want to be clear. So yeah, she's officially on her fucking fitness journey. Then Nesta's clocking in her shift to the library, and she runs into Gwyn, and Gwyn is looking for a certain volume of a certain book because Gwyn's overlord, Meryl, is really scary.
Yeah.
And Meryl is apparently deep in research as to the Mossiverse of it all.
Yeah, right. She's researching other worlds that are maybe stacked right on top of each other.
Yeah, just hypothetically.
But then she gives it up. she was like, I was looking into that, but now I'm looking into the Valkyrie instead.
Well, who among us doesn't like to have multiple projects? Will, we love projects.
Right, yeah. And never finishing.
Certainly not. No.
Right. So Gwen's all freaking out because she was supposed to bring this other volume to Meryl, and Meryl's going to be a big bitch about it. So Nesta's like, after Gwen like goes about her business, Nesta's like, maybe I'll ask the house for the book, and the house gives her the book, and she's like, I'm going to swap it out so that Gwen doesn't get in trouble.
Wow.
It's almost like she just didn't want to fucking be a part of her 21-year-old sister's whole little annoying ass friend group and wanted her own friends.
Yeah, who like are so annoying.
Yeah.
I just like, they keep like, Reese and all the boys, they keep like just egregiously referring to each other as brothers. And I'm like,
oh yeah, they need
you
to
just have to cool it after a couple centuries. Like it's
like,
starting to give insecurity, frankly. It's giving a bit of insecurity if you need to say it over and over and over again.
Wow.
No, yeah, like a lot of times in these chapters, they're like talking to other people and they're like, I agree with my brother.
Yeah.
It's like, just say I agree with Reese.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Or
like we get it.
It's also fine.
Yeah. my brother. Like,
it's like, we get it. You all miss the days where you were fucking in the same room. Like, we know you're all just waiting to go to that little like house where you like get in the hot tub together. We get it.
Yeah, you're not willing to unpack your homoeroticism, so like stop calling each other brother.
Wow. And with that, on that note, I think we have to leave it there.
Okay, great.
With, again, two of the greatest things in the world: budding female friendships and repressed homoeroticism.
Yeah, but we want to unrepress it.
Yeah, we do.
Unleash it.
Yeah, but don't worry, everybody. Like, whenever we get around to doing the actual ACOTAR series, which we want to do at some point, don't worry. The Bat Boys will have their day in the sun before, like, they're boring or Reese is, like, boring and married. Like, don't worry. We will thirst for them.
Oh, no. We will have, like, a 2-hour discussion on Chapter 42 of A Court of Mist and Fury when the time is nigh.
Absolutely. At the appropriate time.
But this is Nesta's day. You know, this is Nesta's day in court.
Yeah.
So.
And she deserves it.
Exactly. And we are her lawyers.
Yeah,
we'll be prosecuting her case. But, like, on behalf of her against,
zealously,
I don't know who.
Against the world.
We'll be defending her. I don't know.
Against, I guess, not each other. I thought it would be each other, but I guess not.
No.
I will. Okay, listen. To all my Nesta haters out there. Well, I'm sure I'll find time. I'll find a way.
Yeah.
I'll have some criticism for sure, but that's all love here.
Yeah, and I think with that, we'll send you on your way.
Now, I do want to say, in this new year, I want you all to make a New Year's resolution to do more to support this podcast. Okay? I'm sorry to be ungrateful.
Let not the lesson from this be working out makes you feel better. We're not trying to say that. Nobody's saying that. So throw that resolution in the trash. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, before you spend money on the gym membership. Don't worry about that. I'm just kidding, but I'm not, but I am. You know what I mean? But anyway, your resolution should be...
We need you to rate.
Rachel.
We need you to rate. We need you to review. We need you to go on Reddit and any relevant thread and tell people that they need to listen to our podcast. We need you to tell your friends. I'm so sorry, okay? We need you to follow us on TikTok and Instagram at FayWatchPod. We just need these things from you, because if you don't do it, we might start thinking that you don't love us, and I know you don't want that.
Yeah.
Emotional manipulation at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
And we don't have like a chic little palace with like, a personal trainer and a chef and a library to go like heal in.
No.
So just think about that when you...
There's only so much one can cozy up to their student debt, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So we need you to be the joy in our lives. So thank you for that in advance. And thank you for all you've already done.
Happy January.
Happy January, friends.
Yeah, okay. All
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.